Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. We'll be starting in just a few moments from now. Thank you. Okay, hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. As you all know, today's webinar will be talking about the Toolkit and SolidCAM 2021 SP4, and it will be given by the Senior Vice President of SolidCAM, Michael Vinetsky, for product development. And as you all know, so the Toolkit is probably one of the most powerful tools that we've added inside 2021. There's no one else that has anything like what we have today. I won't speak about it too much, but Michael will definitely be speaking about their tool table. That's what the webinar is on. Just reminding also everybody that the webinar is being recorded and it'll be available later on to everyone on our website. So, Michael, I will make you presenter, and you can go ahead and start.
Okay, thank you, Sydney. Today, as Sydney said, we will talk about a toolkit. It's how we call our tool table. Can you see my screen, Sydney?
I can see your screen very well.
Oh, perfect. So, generally, thank you, Sydney, for introduction. And we will talk about new features, what we implemented in Service Pack 4 in 2021. Really, I target this webinar for our customers, our prospects, and also for our customers what's not on subscription. And I hope this demo will convince him to join us with the subscription, okay? Because we have very powerful features each service pack, and I will talk not only about the new features, a little bit about less used features what we have, but not known for our customers. And okay, let's start. So we have enhanced our tool mounting in the tool table. So generally, it was to solve problems with complex holders and the complex machines like Swiss type, Milltown. We added a manual change feature. It's very powerful feature for cases where you have to change the tool manually on the machine. Added very powerful feature like a delete component confirmation. We had a lot of complaints about this missing of delete component confirmation. Now we do have it. We had add few holder description and catalog number description, catalog name columns. This fixed a lot of issues, and yeah, more things what I will show now. So let's start from the first one. First one is tool mounting, what we have in the toolkit features. So first we added a few tools to manage the tool mounting. Okay, first is special tool where we can measure and select references on the 3D model and use it to define the mounting of the tool. Special tool what calculates the relation between coordinate system, the distance and rotation. A special tool designed for turning and Swiss type machines, but can define the mounting relative to tool tip. It's very useful on the for Swiss type and Milltown machines. And you can get all these tools when you go into the okay, with my mouse here. Okay, when you go into the mounting, you have this mounting 3 points. You will open and see it. We will make additional webinars about these tools because it's not for like a short introduction. Okay. Emily, you are not muted, so if you can, mute. Okay. Just a second. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the first one. Okay, so first we have a manual change. So why we need manual change feature in SolidCAM? So in generally it's used in two cases where you have a limited magazine capacity. So you have 25 tools that can be mounted on the machine, and you want to add additional tool to finish the work. So you have to manage it, the tool mounting manually. If the tool is too big or too heavy, so you cannot just use your magazine to hold this tool, so you have to disassemble it manually. Of course, I am not talking about the case where you have like angular heads and stuff like this, but can be adjusted manually. Okay, so to manage this manual tool change feature, we have a parameter for pockets. It's like a checkbox here. It's a keep empty pocket, and of course, I will talk about the offset management. So first, I want to switch to SolidCAM. So let's go to our software. I will close what I have here, and okay, let's open part. So I will open very familiar part where I am showing almost on any webinars. Okay, so let's go to the tool, and what we see here, okay, I have a lot of tools in my magazine, and this machine, you may be familiar with it, is a HAS machine. The magazine capacity is limited, okay? So some of the tools cannot be mounted in the magazine, maybe because of the size, maybe of the magazine limit. So here in the storage, I have additional tool number 50, what is completely cannot fit can be fitted in the magazine, okay? Because of the size and maybe because of the number, who cares? And I want to define this tool as a manual change tool. So in the properties of the tool, I have this manual change option, okay, where I can select where I want to mount it, in which spindle. In this case, I have only one spindle. So once I checked this manual change button, I will able to select this tool in the operation. So let's go to the operation, where I have this tool number 50. Here is it, okay. And I selected my tool here, okay. This is the tool number 50. And it's used in the operation as manual change. So how it do affect SolidCAM? So first, in the simulation, you will not see any difference, okay? Both in all kinematic simulations, I mean solid machine simulation, and not kinematic like Solid Verify or new SolidCAM simulation. But in G-code, if I will print a G-code here, okay, I have here the huge effect of it. Okay. Okay. 1 second, it's my mistake. I have to take a correct post-processor. Okay, and I go to the G-code, try it again. I think I'm using wrong post-processor, but never mind. In G-code, we get specific parameters what will define this tool as a manual change, and you will get a special variable what you can use to define the tool and the tool change routine for the manual change. Also, you will able to use in the tool table more tools that is defined on your tool table, the capacity of the magazine, and use it for your operations and parts. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. So, okay, I just forget to talk about the manage pocket properties. So when you define the tool, in properties of the tool, you have also the button that says keep empty pocket. So this keep empty pocket, it's special parameter what says this tool require empty pocket in the magazine. Okay, so this pocket will not be used. So if you, for example, using machines with chain magazine, or you want to use this for a big tool mounting, and you have special adapter on the pocket, so you can reserve this pocket for this particular tool, and it will be not changed. Okay, so let's go back to the presentation. Okay, we have improved our import from CAD, so I will show how it works now. So it's really amazing and save you a lot of working. Okay, so let's first found some tool in the web. Okay, so I'm using Machining Cloud application. So let's take, for example, this tool. Okay. Download the model. Okay. Step file. It's going to download folder. So now I will open this assembly. SolidWorks. Here is it. Okay, here I have pretty complex assembly of the tool. I have 3D insert, holder, very complex one, 45 degrees, and shank. And I want to import it to my tool table. So first, I can open the tool table directly from here. I will prepare a new one. Okay, the previous one not support military tools. Okay, for the milling machine. So I will create new tool assemblies. Let's save it with some name. Okay, SolidCAM SP4. And then the tool table is opened, and also the CAD model is opened in second window. Okay, I can go and right-click on the storage and import tool assembly from CAD, or I also have here the button for this operation. Okay, but very important, when you press on it, and you will also get the message. Okay, you have to be with the tool assembly is opened on the CAD. Okay, so you can just skip it for the next time. Okay, I'm going to select what's the type of the tool I have, generate the turning tool, and okay. I even don't need to change nothing in this assembly. It's automatically recognized the cutter, recognized where is the shank and where is the holder, recognize the mounting position, and also if you go to the cutting point, it's recognized the cutting point and radius of the tool. You see, it's automatically recognized the radius is 0.8 and it provides the default cutting point. Of course, you can go and change the cutting point if you want, but the default is here because of the 45 degrees holder. Okay, so here you see it works very well without any issues, and we automatically recognize all components on the tool. So let's take take a little bit more complex tool, okay, to see how it works now. Okay, so I will save the tool table. Okay, put it on the side. Okay. And let's go to the library. And I will take let's take this tool, unselect, and it, download the model, step file. Okay. I'm doing the same, just open this one, I can close, don't need it anymore. Okay. Confirmation message here. Okay. So here's the step file. Okay, here are the tools, little bit more complex. Okay, it's have cutter selected from, built from several solids. Okay, you see it. Okay, they have several solids and some components of it. Okay, so let's see how SolidCAM will recognize these features. I'm going to add the import assembly from CAD. Okay, now here's a milling tool. And you see, I'm just pressing OK, and it's automatically recognized the cutting geometries, diameter of the cutter, recognize the pattern, shank, and the holder. Okay, so it works very easy, very stable, and you can use any kind of input. You can take it from Machining Cloud, as I like, or any kind of, you can route it by yourself, the step model, and work it. Okay. So let's back to the presentation. Okay. We enhance our tools inside the preview. It's the tool picture, what we call, to give you more tools and to analyze the 3D model of the tool, or tool item and tool assembly. Part of them exist in previous versions, part of them are new. So for example, the first tool what we have, it's exists in previous version, but is worked now much more stable and better. Okay, is a measurement. Once you activate the measurement, the faces on the STL file on the 3D model and become selectable. And if you want to measure the distance, you just click on two faces with Control button, hold it, and you get the measuring dimensions, 32 millimeter, for example, here. And you can use measure between 2 points, between 2 faces, and any other measurement what you need. So it's a very powerful tool. If you don't want like this strange behavior of the selected faces, you can just disable this measurement and it will behave as we used to. Okay. A second tool is very important for us. I will show it on another table. Okay. Close it. Yeah, save. I'm going to open part with a lot of strange and complex holders. What is, and okay, let's take this part. Okay. So, or not this one. Okay. Let's go back to the same part. Have a lot of holders. And if you want to list holders in this part, sometimes become really complex because each time when you press or click on the holder, it initiates the orientation in the view. So let's give it a second. Okay. So here is the 3D preview. Each time when I click on it, it's initialized to front view. I want to rotate it a little, and I click it again, it's initially to previous one. If I click here, select the Stay in Last View button and rotate it a little, each time when I will press on it, it will keep the previous orientation. It's small but very powerful feature that give you much more visual orientation in your table what you use for. Okay. Orientation. Okay. Additional tool what we have here is the first one is exist. These tools exist, but not all the people know about it. Okay. The first is the tool selfie. So the tool selfie, very nice feature. Okay. Once you click on it, we automatically get the picture of the tool. You can use it for documentation, to manage your orders or whatever, send it to the setup man. In one click, you get the picture, just send it when you want, and it's done. And the second tool is also very powerful. You can go and save the tool assembly as STL file. So once you save it, okay, I'm going to put it on the desktop. Okay. How this tool is called? 0.7, this one, okay. I'm just opening it in any STL editor. This kind is for 3D printers. So if you want, you can even print it in 3D printers. So have STL model, you can use it for whatever you want. You can even open it in SolidWorks if you want to get dimensions. If the tools what we have in SolidWorks, in SolidCAM to measure is not enough, you can open it in SolidWorks and use it, maybe even edit it. Okay. So it's very nice tool, but not everybody knows about it. Okay. I wanted to talk about it also. I'm going back to presentation and let's go to the next slide. So additional tool what we have in tool table, it's also related to operation. It's this nice checkbox. Let's say it force tool change. Okay, why we need it? So here you see the case when you have operation list in our country, okay, and this operation list includes two operations. What is like each one is follow each other, okay? You will not get the tool change routine between operation 18 and 90, okay? But if you need it for technological reason, for example, you want to check if the tool is not broken or just stop here the machine or whatever you want, you can use this force change tool operation, okay? So let's try to use it, okay? Here is the case. Two operations are defined in the row, okay? So if I go to the second one and the tool data, I can see the force change tool checkbox. If it's not checked, I will uncheck it. Okay. Let's see what we have in trace. So yeah, we have operation 1, something, and operation 2. There is no tool change routine between, okay? So sometimes it's very, very important to get here the tool change. If I want it, I go to the operation, okay? And click force change tool. Okay, now you see the first operation started, you get a change tool, and the second operation started, you get a change tool routine. So you are welcome to use this option for your parts. No need to change nothing in post-processor, so it will automatically give you the result. Okay. I will back to presentation. Okay, and today we added in VMID additional option to select tool assemblies library. Okay, instead of or in additional to machine tool setup library, what can give you the option to define the tool library in VMID for your machine. And this library is assemblies. Okay. Of course, if you go to the VMID settings, it's not for all everybody. It's for generally for host writers. Go to VMID. Okay. Loaded by mistake. So inside the VMID in working style, you have the toolkit settings. Okay, so here you can find this new selection of the tool library, tool assemblies library for your machine. We also have here the revolve holder setting. Okay, it's very important if you want to see the collision, precise collision detection in simulation. For STL holders, you should use this option. Okay. And you also have additional settings, what is generally for the post writers, so I will not talk about it. Maybe about the toolkit in advanced mode. It's mean once when you open your toolkit, each time it will be opened automatically in advanced mode. So what has been advanced mode for some people who don't know? In the simple mode in view, okay, we have simple mode and advanced mode. Simple mode here I have the list of offsets, okay, and once I click on each one, I see the tool item assembly. When you go to the advanced mode, you see here all the magazine with all tool items inside, the assembly tool on the spindle, and all the machine structure, what you see here in storage, what you have in the tables, and everything what you have in your machine. So for most of the 3-axis and 5-axis machine is completely not usable. So in most of the cases we will not use it. But if you're working on military machine, of course it's very helpful to see it in advanced mode. So if you have complex machine, you can define it open by default in advanced mode. Okay. Okay. I will go back to the presentation. And of course, I just want to repeat about this ability what we have in SolidCAM to work with angular heads and work with tools what not along z-axis, with inclined tools, even on very simple machine today. By if you have an angular head attachment on your machine, you can work on the complex parts in single setup and do screws on site or milling on site in any plane. Okay, and how you see here, I have two vices. I also want to repeat about this functionality. Just let's simulate this CAM part in machine simulation and see what's unique in this kind of part design. Okay. So here we see the machine. Open. Okay. Here's a machine. This machine is pretty interesting. It have two tables. The first table is static. Okay, generally we use it to prepare parts, like for fixtures and finish the parts. And the second table have a 5-axis reunion table. Okay, so I can mount my stock here and make all my jobs here and finish my part. They made like a last operation on the second vise. And what is unique in SolidCAM here, you can manage the tool changes to save the tool change time without changing technology. So you can just see how it looks like in simulation. Okay, so I'm working with the face mill. Once I finish the work here, I switch to the second part and come back to the first part. So you see how the spindle is jumping from table to table just to make save the tool change times. You can estimate, for example, in this part I saved 5 tool changes just by managing the proper execution of the operation. And these 5 tool change on the machine, each one is 5 to 7 seconds. So without doing nothing, without changing the technology, I saved 1 minute on each part. So it's very, very powerful tool, and it's generally not required from a customer special knowledge to manage it. I will show you how to do it. Okay, so first I will go back from the simulation. Okay, and in SolidCAM here, I have all my operations on the first table and all my operations on the second table. Okay? But if I make a simulation of it, I will see all operations on the first table executed in simulation, and after it, all operation on the second table is executed. So how do I manage with, like here you see that T1 is working and here's T1 is working. How do I manage it? Okay, so let's see. I will stop it here. It's less interesting. And I'm going to open the channel synchronization model. Okay, this machine is only single channel exists there. So what I want to do here is just to place my operations. If I go to and reset again, okay, this exactly same order of operation, but I have here. You can see it like this. The second table and the green one is the first table. Okay, I'm just adding new workpieces here and start to play with order of operation. So I make my setup in the start, the releasing of the stock going to the end. Okay, and once I edit a new workpiece, I can manage the operation order. I can move the face mill here, and now the face mill is combined. So I will not get a change tool between two operations because it's used as the same tool. So of course, we have webinars about channel synchronization. I will not go to give to it too much time. It's not complex. It's easy to manage. You see, it's visually done. And one of the strong thing here, you can take this part and move it to another machine, what have only one table, and you don't need to change the technology. You will make in first wise whole part, make a new setup, make a second part. The order of operation will not be changed. So it gives you the flexibility to work with different machines, different technologies. And of course, if you are playing with order of operation, you will never able to destroy the part. Okay, so we provide you the all safety engines what checks if the part will be destroyed by your changing of order. Okay, so I will not change it. Okay, and what is very often asked question, okay, is okay, I have a 3-axis machine. I not buy a machine simulation for it. How I can see the original order of the operation, what I defined? Because as we've seen previously, in SolidWorks simulation, new SolidCAM simulation, we see the order of operation, what is defined in the country. In real machines, the order is different. If you don't have machine simulation, how you can see it? So it's easy. If you go into operation and SolidCAM Simulator, okay, sorry, setup and SolidCAM Simulator, you will see here additional button what is suppressed now. SolidCAM Simulator channel sync mode. It's now in the beta, but this beta is pretty stable, so you can use it as well. How are you going to how do I enable it? So let's go SolidCAM settings. Window, okay. And here, SolidCAM settings, if you go to miscellaneous, you will get a beta option page. And in this beta option page, you have a lot of things what we are implemented in SolidCAM. It's now in the stage of the beta testing, okay, but it's not dangerous for the customer. So it still may be not working fluently, but it's not like something what not tested a lot at all. But you can enable and see if you get good result for you. If not, you can disable it. So in SolidCAM Simulator, okay, we have 4 options. Options what I want to use now is a multi-channel simulation. So if I click on it, okay, this option is enabled. Okay, I'm just press on it, and now I see 2 windows. If you will get 4 workpieces, you will get 4 windows. And in this window, you see the initial stock, and this window is the second operation. I will press run here, and you see how just is switched from table to table, and you can see what the order of operation you will get in real machining. We have an additional place where you can enable Runway Simulation, except of the setup. If you go to channel synchronization, you will see this button here is a SolidCAM simulator. Once you run it from channel synchronization, it will always start in multi-channel mode. So you are invited to test this option, and it's really, really powerful. And generally, you will it's help you to verify your model, your program before you go into machine simulation. It starts fast, it works fast, and in most of the cases, it gives you enough information before you starting and simulate full machine simulation to verify the component collisions. Okay. So I will go again to the setting just to show what else we have in this beta options, and you are welcome to try it. Okay. So here I will not talk about it now. It's for special machines case and stuff like this. But let's talk about only SolidCAM Simulator now. I will check all of them, okay, and show what we have here. Okay, first I will start now again the simulation in 1-channel mode, and what you see here, it's really amazing. Let's take a little time. Okay, and what you see here is a spindle and the table devices. Okay, it's not machine simulation. Of course, don't expect from it the verifying of collisions or pure movements, but it gives you like an indication about how it will look more or less on your machine, and you can see, for example, for 3-axis machine, it can give you a very powerful indication how it will work on the machine. Okay, but if you're going to machine like with rotary turret, let's go to this one. Okay, and I'm using the same settings. Okay, I will run just one operation in SolidCAM Simulator, and you will see, or you will not see, sorry, I have a problem here. It's my fault. Let's open other part. Okay. I will add like a turning operation here, some drilling part, okay. Let's select the tool. So first, you see we can use the tool now, the STL files for turning drilling, okay, and let's say 10 millimeter. So it's a little bit take a while. In this case, this machine is very complex STLs, but at least, okay, I think I didn't define the proper mounting here. I have a wall turret, and the fixture here is showing. In real-time machines is very powerful thing to see the turret in the not kinematic simulation. So, okay. I still don't have any questions from you, but I have questions here from the office, from people who are hearing this presentation. Okay, so I just want to answer it. First, people asked about the import tool from CAD model, if I can change the extension of the tool after I import it. Yes, of course, is the SolidCAM tool table. You can do everything what you want. Okay, so let's open the tool assemblies. I will open the same tool assembly what I used before. Okay, it was something about SolidCAM. Yep. And they ask about if I can change the extension of the tool. Okay, so here's the tool. You can go to mounting and play with this. Or with the tool extension, and of course it will be changed. You can just roll your mouse here and use Shift or Control keys, okay, just to change the precision of movement. When you pressing Control key, it's move 100 millimeter. If you scroll and rolling your mouse, if you press Shift key, it's move 10 millimeter. Without it, just by mouse, it's move every millimeter. And if you use Control and Shift, I think it's used 0.1 millimeter. So you have all options to change this value dynamically. And yeah, you can change the extension of the tool, of imported tool, without any problem. Okay, the next question was, can I use these components in my TLV? Of course, okay, I will show how to do it. So I'm just going to File and Save As. Oh, sorry. Export to the TLV file. Okay, I'm selecting the TLV option and let's give it, okay, the storage to TLV. Okay, once I doing it, I have my TLV is opened, and here in the source side, I have the storage is opened. So I can go and drag components from the storage to the TLV. For example, I have here the holder. I am dragging it here. Okay. This holder I am dragging also here. The chunks. Okay. And of course, I can drag cutters. So how you see, I can use my components now in other assemblies. Okay, the name here is not readable, so we can change it. Just double click on it, and you can change it to just edit to the catalog number. It's enough, okay, and you can play with it, okay. Of course, it's showing in tool table. Here you have chunks, have cut holders, and cutters. Okay, so everything what you need for the tool is here, and you can use it for the next assembly without importing it from the storage. Okay, or any cut source. Okay, and I think the last questions. Okay, it was about the machine simulation. So I showed how to use the multi-channel simulation in SolidCAM and how to enable it. Okay, so if somebody have questions, I will happy to answer. Okay, so you can write it in a question questions. Okay. Okay, it looks like there is no question anymore. So I
Okay.
was happy to show what
Michal,
we have, and
there are questions.
please
Michal, there are
make
some questions.
be sure you are on subscription to use it. Because in each service pack we will get much more features and new things. Sometimes it's small, just to help you to rotate the tool or to measure something. Sometimes it's huge, just like a manual change tool. It's very powerful tool, but you will always get a new features and stability updates. So thank you everybody. Okay, thank you for joining us our webinar. See you later.
Okay, Michal, thank you very much for the webinar. It was excellent. There are some questions, but what we'll do is that we have all the questions written down, and Michal will go through them and answer each one via email. Again, this has been recorded, just like any other webinar, and it will be available on our website, www.solidcam.com. And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at our next webinar. Take care and have a great weekend.